Hi folks, welcome to my humble off-grid homestead. I'm coming to you today from my gathering place. You've been here before. There are many videos on it, just specifically on this. But today, something's been on my mind for a long time. And it's not necessarily just related to today's topic, which is YouTube at 20, but technology in general. Although today's topic, it's been in the news everywhere about Google in 20, and I thought this would make a good segue to how, and that's here it is, how disappointed I am at how little YouTube's evolved in the past 20 years. It's really shameful because when I think about industries like oil and gas, logging, pharmaceutical, um, arts and sciences, culinary. There are a lot of industries that are, for some reason, very slow evolving. And so we've come to, I suppose, not me personally, but most people have come to accept it and think that, well, these industries just don't, these sectors just don't move any faster than this at a snail's pace. But when I think about technology, when I think about all those other companies that have moved leaps and bounds, really, I have to hold YouTube at a much higher standard. They were one of the first to start this video sharing offering, and so as such they should have been really at the right now at the top, and they're not. They're just there. They're just where they are, just by default, and they really haven't evolved hardly anything. And if I can put it into terms that maybe it'll help explain it better, is that let's see, your Apple iPhone, how far, when you look at how far it's come since inception, and really cell phones in general, when they were basically just like a brick of, I don't know how many pounds, 10 pounds you have to carry, to today, when you can do so many things with them, whereas opposed to YouTube basically does the same old thing and not even does it well. Going back to the phone analogy, some of you remember the old landlines, which some people still have. They did only one thing, and I suppose, and I don't have one, but I'm guessing that they still do that one thing well, which is if there's cells interruptions or satellites, whatever malfunctions, or solar radiations, whatever, the landlines work perfectly. But so they do that one thing well. But as YouTube, and I'm going to make another video actually, now that I think about that, on my time on YouTube in the past 6 months that I've started this channel. Since then, I've been so disappointed with their analytics, with their reporting back to me real time anything. Not that I care. I'm not on it to make money. As you know, the channel is not monetized. But I just don't understand. For I think 95% of people that are YouTube creators that are on YouTube, their main goal is to make money, and so they must be, I can't believe they're not losing their mind at this obsolete, archaic company that can't give them what they need to grow on. And so like I was, like I was saying, iPhone, it does yours. It's a flashlight that you can do text, you can do measure things with, you can do level, all these other things. Whereas YouTube, that's even, not as, I mean, I would say YouTube's more widely used than Apple is. And so they have all this money. Their only focus seems to be how to make money from advertising. And I suppose that's the basic for any company or any business. I get it. But the thing is that shouldn't you put some of it back in, reinvest some of it, put some of it back into the business, so then maybe hire, I don't know who these engineers or programmers are that are not evolving. It's so slow moving. I'm a futurist. I've always lived in the future, and one reason is because I can't stand the present. I can't stand how slow things are. But at my age, how is it that I'm more futuristically inclined than their 20-year-olds that they've got working there at 100,000 plus a year to start? And this is the same basic company that it was 20 years ago. I just have to shake my head and think that here's a good example. It just came to me. I'm not on TikTok. I only have this YouTube. I'm not on social media. Some of you know, most of you know. TikTok started a handful of years ago at most, and I talk to people because I'm curious. I'm not to join TikTok or anything. I'm just curious. I'm always looking for something better, something more efficient, more productive. And I ask people that are on it, or either on it or use it, like as a, they not as a tool, but they watch whatever it is that they do on a TikTok, and they tell me that the algorithm on TikTok is so much in order of magnitude better than YouTube. And I think, how? They have more money. YouTube has more money, and they've been around for so much longer. How are they not the gold standard by now? And what's all the big whoopee about YouTube at 20? What have they done? What really they don't have their own editing software. They don't have, so they just basically just try to push as much advertising as they can. They don't even do that advertising thing well. That's the other thing. So when I was doing a research, when I was trying to find out how YouTube works, and maybe I didn't speak at 56, I didn't speak till about when I was 50 on any subject publicly. And even then, I've only been on YouTube for the past 6 months, thanks to Elon, that now we have high-speed internet. But my point is that when I was looking to see how things work, I tried to figure out this advertising thing, and I thought, I don't like watching advertising, in particular when it comes to all those sectors that you know how I feel about: the pharmaceuticals, the tobacco, the alcohol, the gambling, the army, the recruitment, the financial sector, all these, you know how I feel about. I've talked about them in my other videos, religions, and I think I was doing some research, and I noticed that people that have been at it for a while longer, they were saying, don't tell YouTube that you don't want advertising, first of all, because then they'll just put you at the bottom of the huge search results, because, well, you're not making money because they take 40% or something like that of ad revenues of any particular YouTube channel. And so if you're not bringing them advertising, well, then there's no point for them to make your page or videos visible, which makes sense. But here's the thing. They say don't tell them also not to show any particular advertising, because then again, you'll be at the bottom. You'll be one step higher than the people that say no advertising, not monetize at all, like my channel so far. And I thought, well, why is that? Well, apparently the highest paid advertisers on YouTube are exactly the sectors that I mentioned: the pharmaceuticals, the army, the tobacco, the alcohol, the gaming, gambling, whatever. And I thought, well, I don't. Those are all the companies that I don't like and I don't want to support. So if I'm going to say no to those, which are the highest paid advertisers, then pretty much what's left? So let me just at least stay true to my beliefs in saying, well, at least I'm not going to bother my viewers with advertising, especially the ones I don't support. So that was a sort of a, I don't want to say win-win, because I'm not generating any income from this channel, and so and I sure could use the money, but I thought I'm too old to now start to compromise. But I can't say what the future. I can't tell the future. I mean, if I come to some destitution, some unforeseen times that like before, that I have to have ads, I may have to. But right now, I just don't see why I would want to. But what I'm saying is, imagine someone, a creator, who is coming up with decent videos, and they want to monetize it, and then they decide that no, they don't want to go with whatever advertiser, whatever sector, and they're stuck with the advertisers that don't pay as much. I suppose understandably, but you know what I'm saying when I say, but this is why I'm talking about how YouTube is pretty much, is so useless. The only thing that, I mean, they haven't moved. They're not useless in terms of, I've learned some stuff from you and people that do post decent stuff on YouTube that I can learn from. I'm always trying to learn anything, and so I appreciate that, and I'm appreciative of those folks, but not of YouTube. It has nothing to do with YouTube. YouTube is just a platform. And if I can one day find out a replacement for YouTube, I will leave them immediately. The day I will find YouTube, I have obviously, and it goes without saying to say, I have no loyalty to YouTube. If YouTube was gone tomorrow, it would not affect me in the least. Never mind that they've been around for 20 years and they've not done anything. So it sounds like I'm ranting and raving, but it just bothers me that a business with that much money can be around for that long, and people are posting how many videos a day? Like 1 million videos a day, or maybe more. And that's just by luck. It bothers me that a company can just by default be that wealthy and have that much money and not reinvest it back into their only business. They're one trick pony. They don't even do that well. Anyway, stay tuned to my video on how I've done in the past 6 months, almost exactly. Next week will be 6 months since I started this YouTube channel, which everyone I know was asking me to do. That should be interesting. But for now, it's springtime, and sorry, this is my busiest time of the year. I do apologize, but this is my busiest time of the year. I wish I could do more videos for you, but like I said, I'm not getting paid for these videos, and I have so much to do. Anyone that lives in the country or the rural and the forest knows that one rainfall and everything goes poof. And all my pruning and trying to tend to the immediate landscape around me, all of a sudden I have to start all over again, and I can't keep up just by myself. But I'll try to do what I can, the best I can. Stay tuned, but get out and enjoy yourself. And like I always say, well, I don't know if I'm in the shot now. Think outside, box not required. Take care.